Hello, my name's Lisa, and if this is your first time here, then I really do appreciate you choosing to click on this video. If you are a returning subscriber, then thank you very much for continuing to support my channel. Now, today's video is going to be a selection of clips from various MLM hunts, and the purpose of this video is to explain the predatory moves that the Huns and the MLM companies themselves use to manipulate people to join their MLM companies by using tactics that are very predatory, and they use them in a way which I feel personally is totally unethical. They make wild income claims, and they also use people's health against them in order to get them to join the opportunity. So let's dive into the first video, which is from a person in Amare, and she claims that the product called Happy Juice helps to keep her sober. So let's listen to what she has to say, shall we?
Good morning. It is Wednesday. That for sure is one thing Happy Juice has brought to my life, is ease and grace in being flexible as a fucking mom, because I tell you, these things so in my addiction, right, things were always unmanageable. So I like to make my life as manageable as possible. And with kids, things are never manageable.
I tend to get quite confused every time I listen to a video with this lady in it, because she has been sober before she even had children. So what she's saying tends to be quite confusing. And as a mum of multiple children, I disagree with what she's saying. You can manage everything with children if you actually know what you're doing. And it makes me believe that she actually doesn't know what she's doing. I mean, the main difference between her and me is that she's homeschooling her children and mine went to school. Based on what she is saying, and this is obviously only my opinion, if this lady can't cope with the situation as it is, then surely it's better to change it. If it were me, not that I would ever be promoting this multi-level marketing product like she is, but if I was trying to run a business from home, then I would surely think it would be more beneficial for my children to be at school.
So, with the antibiotics, that brings down the anxiety, depression, and stress levels. Things are just flexible and easy when stuff like this happens.
You are making a claim there that the products you use from your multi-level marketing company make it easier for you to cope with the situations that you find yourself in. But I would like to see proof of that, because personally, you are a person I don't know, I really don't trust, so therefore, why should I listen to you?
What I was coming on to say with intention was, I'm getting my energy stick, was talking about the business part of Amare. Because I don't come on here and talk about that. It's always behind the scenes.
Asking for a friend here, pray tell me, why is it only talked about behind the scenes? Is it because you are going to make claims that cannot be substantiated?
We make it easy here to make the 500 right upon signing up.
Whoa there, lady. You can make 500 as soon as you sign up. Can you back that guarantee claim up? Because if we look at the income disclosure statement, that is going to call you a liar. And not only that, but the FTC says 99% plus of people get involved in a multi-level marketing company make little to zero money per year. And point two, I'm sure in the terms and conditions of the MLM that you are involved with, you are not allowed to make income claims. And from what I can see, that is exactly what you are doing.
So you sign up, we send you a link. This is what it looks like when you sign up. We send you a link tree or a boards that allows you to plug in, see how you make happy juice. Hold on 1 second.
She is telling her child, hold on 1 second. Do you think that she's only going to be on this live for 1 more second? Because we all know that is not going to be the case. She is going to be on this live for at least another few minutes. But they all get time freedom. Well, I don't call telling my child to hold on time freedom. They boast that you can stay at home with your children and spend quality time with them. And yet, that quality time with the child is spent on live video trying to shill their product. Another reason why I believe children should be in school. Because they are going to learn properly in school. They are going to be taught by qualified teachers, and they are going to interact with other children, which is much better for them later on in life. Don't get me wrong, she can homeschool her children if she wants to, but the issue I have with it is how much of a big deal she makes that it is to cope with said children. And also trying to fit in running a multi-level marketing business, also known as a pyramid scheme.
View the comp plan. You go down this line of things that sets you up for success in making your first 500 as a brand partner and get that locked in your first month.
I just have to ask this as well. I do believe there are terms and conditions about making income claim. If we went to the Amare website, would it tell us that you are not allowed to make income claims? And if you do, you have to put a disclaimer on the content that you put out. Yeah, that's definitely what it says, because I actually went and looked it up. And it 100% says that if you make an income claim, you have to put a disclaimer on your content. So where's yours? Because there is no disclaimer anywhere on this piece of content, because I checked.
Then we have team calls every Monday. The first call is at 4 p.m. and that's team 4 p.m. PST. The second call is at 5 p.m. and that is a guest event where you as a brand partner get to bring all the guests you want, and we go over Happy Juice and we go over the products, and then we go over the business opportunity, because you cannot have mental wellness without financial wellness.
Why is it, do you, the audience, think that they have people higher than them in the pyramid on these calls? I'm sure you've got the answer right. It's because maybe they don't trust the person that is actually bringing them to the call. You know, there are just some people that the things they say you don't believe. So it's a bit like being on a sales presentation and the person in front of you doesn't believe what the person on the other side of the desk is saying. So they bring someone higher up, you know, their supervisor or their manager in a normal situation. In this MLM, it's no different. They are bringing in people that are higher up because they are going to show people the lifestyle that they could possibly obtain. The only thing wrong with that is we all know 99% of people are not going to obtain that lifestyle portrayed to them, and that is where I find a lot of these tactics absolutely disgusting.
So many times. I mean, you really can. You really cannot, unless you like have channeled your inner Buddha and are just like not financially stressed at all. So we go over that with the opportunity video. So that gives you a chance to bring people that you think might be interested in this, a chance to hear it from someone other than you. And then we have leader calls and silver and up calls, and those are all posted at the beginning of the month. So I came on to talk about this because, hey, Jackie, I've had a couple conversations with people like, are your systems duplicatable? Are people finding success here, etc.? And ever since I've joined, our sales have gone up over and over each month. And we do have systems for success. It's all laid out. It's all duplicatable through the links and through the groups. So when and if you do sign through me, be ready to lock in your first 500 within your first 4 weeks. And that's about it. I can have more in-depth conversations with people in the DMs. Bye, guys.
Bethany is saying there that the systems are duplicatable. Maybe they are, but just because she's making money, does that mean you are going to be making money? 100% no. Next, we're going to be looking at a reel from a monat hunt. The reel has copyrighted music, so I'm going to let it play with no sound, and I am going to attempt to read what it says. I say attempt because most of the writing is in white and I can actually read it, but some of it is in pink and it makes it very difficult to read. So this first section says how to make 1,000, I'm not sure what the rest says because it's very difficult to see, but how to make 1,000 plus in your first 2 months. Bring in 4 customers and 1 business partner. $700. Do that 3 times and get a monat neighborhood bonus of plus a ranking bonus of $210, and that equals $1,795 in just bonuses. The only problem with this is that you are not allowed to make income claims. If you look at the monat income disclosure statement, that does not support what you are saying. And all you are trying to do is to get innocent people to join you based on massive income claims that are just not going to materialise. Just because it worked for you does not mean it is going to work for anybody else. Just because you can show up on social media and shill this product, that doesn't mean that the people at the bottom of the pyramid are going to be able to do that. And we know that people at the bottom don't make any money. And the thing that really gets my goat more than anything else is people like you who know that people under you are not making any money. So you are totally exploiting them, and that is absolutely abhorrent. But as long as you're making money, that's all that seems to matter, isn't it? This next reel that we're going to react to is coming from a person inside the MLM younique. And just before we dive in, I want to show you something. I had a little bit of an accident a couple of days ago, and I'm keeping an eye on this to make sure it doesn't get infected. So fingers crossed the bruise goes down and the scratch itself doesn't get infected. Luckily, it doesn't actually hurt. It looks worse than it is.
But what I can teach you is how to do better in your network marketing business. So I've been doing a lot of one-on-one coaching with my team over the last year and a half. And one thing that I've noticed between every single woman that I've talked to who feels stuck, they feel like they can't get to that next level, it all boils down to confidence.
It all boils down to confidence. I beg to differ. It all boils down to recruiting more people into your MLM.
They're sponsoring. They're not talking to anybody. They're not sponsoring because they don't have the confidence to. Maybe they don't have the confidence in themselves as a leader. Maybe they don't have the confidence that they can help them make money.
Maybe they don't have the confidence because they've looked up the FTC rules and know 100% that 99% people do not make any money. Do you think that would account for their lack of confidence? Maybe.
So that is something that's huge. People going live, they're not selling products, they're not going live because they lack the confidence. They feel like people are going to make fun of them. People are going to be like, well, she thinks she is an influencer. Like, I get it. So that is one common thing that I have seen is lack of confidence is really what's holding you back.
Is she really victim blaming you there? Because that is what it sounds like to me. It's not a lack of confidence. Although when you first get on video, it is difficult. It is hard to gain confidence. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. But that still doesn't mean you are going to make money in an MLM, does it?
And what I personally believe is confidence is all in your mindset. So there are some rare gems of the world who are born confident, who are born with that charismatic attitude that, am I even saying that word right? I don't even know.
To answer your question, no, you are not saying it right. It is charismatic, man.
But you know what I'm saying, right? So we're not all born like that. I know for sure I was not born like that. I used to be so scared to do a video. And back in the day, this was 12 years ago, it was YouTube videos, okay? Which I'm now getting back into. But I was so scared. I was so embarrassed. I made everyone leave the house. It took me seriously like 5 days to do a 5-minute video because I kept deleting it. I'd be like, oh, I got a double chin in that one. I sound dumb in that one. I stuttered in that one. Like, I just picked myself apart and I ended up never doing anything.
Asking for a friend here, had you never heard of editing your videos maybe? Then you may have got on a lot better and a lot quicker if you knew how to edit a video. Not that I'm suggesting that you needed to do that to get on better in your MLM. You joined it 12 years ago, and we all know that people who join very near the beginning are the ones that make money. And you can try and convince people that your lifestyle is so awesome that they should join that. But anyone with half a brain cell knows that is not true.
And I did not have an outgoing personality like this. I did in real life, but not on camera, because I'd always have a voice in my head saying, oh, they're going to think you look stupid. They're going to make fun of you. Like, why did I even care? Okay. Because once I stopped caring, that's when I started having success. And I've had a lot of success in this space over the last decade. I have grew a team of 500,000 women. We have done close to $1 billion in sales. And I have earned around $6 million from being myself. So that's really what I want to teach you guys.
You have been in this industry for 12 years. I would have thought by now that you know you cannot make income claims like that. You cannot say how much sales you and your team have generated and how much money you have made. Can you prove that you've made that much money?
One mistake that is not a mistake. One mistake I could have made in the beginning, which I probably wouldn't even be here right now in this profession. Who knows? I'd probably be working at the mall right now because that's what I did before, right? I would still be doing the exact same thing 10 years later. So one thing that I'm glad I didn't listen to is I had a mentor early on, and he told me that, Amber, you're just a little too crazy. You're just a little loco. You are too loud. You're too extra. You're just too much. Settle that down a little bit. Be a little bit more professional, aka stuffy, and you'll be rich like me. That was him. I have a defiant personality. Probably why I'm an entrepreneur, okay? Because I kind of play by my own rules. Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but a lot of times it brings me success. So I'm like, well, that's great for you, but I'm going to be me. And that's it. And he's like, okay, well, good luck to you. And didn't really talk to him much after that because I didn't listen to his coaching. Sometimes you got to listen to yourself. And I'm sure glad I did, because look at the success I've had. And not to be petty Betty, okay? Not to throw some shade, but that man actually went back to his regular job, which is fine. That is totally fine. But I didn't. I'm still an entrepreneur 10 years later. So who had the best advice?
I have questions about what you just said. He was very rich, but he went back to his normal job. So who had the best advice? Well, in my opinion, he had the best advice, because he made an awful lot of money doing whatever he was doing, and then he went back to a traditional job which has many benefits that you don't have.
Be yourself. Always be yourself. This is going to really affect your confidence, okay? When we're talking about confidence, this is just going to be a little snippet. I only got 10 minutes.
One of the ways that these people suck you into this opportunity is telling you about the massive amount of time freedom that you are going to have. But she only has 10 minutes. That doesn't sound much like time freedom to me. Does it you?
Confidence, one, is in your mind. It's your mindset. So if you are trying to be that person who you're watching online, that top income earner in your company, maybe it's your sponsor, you're trying to be like them, you're going to feel very awkward. It's not going to feel natural because it's not who you are. And second, you are going to attract the wrong people. You're not going to see that result in your business. People aren't going to be joining with you because people are attracted to people that they like and trust. People like and trust people like themselves, right? So when you are yourself, you are bringing in your energy. You are bringing in people who want to do business with you. You are bringing in people who like you for who you really are. And that's somebody you're trying to pretend to be, because I promise you, in the end, that will never work. That will never work. So I want you to be yourself. If you are silly, let that silly fly. If you are crazy and loud like me, let it be. Let it be. Your people who like that, the people who are going to be attracted to that, they're going to find you. And the people who don't, which there's going to be a lot that don't. There's going to be a lot of people who don't like who you are. I'm just telling you, when you're putting yourself on social media, that's going to happen. And that's okay. That's okay. They're just not your people.
What she just said there was quite a bit of a contradiction, wasn't it? They're going to teach you how this system works, but don't do it like them. Just be yourself. Otherwise, people are not going to know, like, and trust you. Well, that is something that they call mindset and motivational training. The only problem with that is, if you implement it in the way it is trained to you, then you're not going to have success. And one thing I do agree with her on is that you are going to get an awful lot of people who say no to you. But it's not for the reason that she just told you. No, that's not correct. The reason that people are going to say no to you is because they understand that people in a pyramid scheme, did I say that out loud? People in a multi-level marketing company at the bottom of the pyramid don't make any money. And my advice to you is, if you are thinking of joining something like this, please, please, please do research. Look at what the FTC says about multi-level marketing companies. Go on to YouTube and look at anti-MLM content. I make this content because I want to help you not to lose money. I don't do it because I dislike the people in it. I don't know the people in it. And I really wish they weren't in it, even if they are successful, because they are building a dream 99% of people are not going to achieve. And what really grinds my gears is people at the top, like this lady, know that people at the bottom are not going to make any money, and that is absolutely gross. It's disgusting, it's immoral, and yet they still keep trying to recruit. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then give it a like, subscribe to my channel, because it really does help me to spread the message of MLMs further and wider. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.